Today I am going to cover everything about chart elements. You may go through my previous video on understanding charts. Link is provided in top right corner. Let's pick each and every element one by one. In MS Excel, you may go for formatting elements of chart from the ribbon tab format under Chart Tools, or from the plus sign on chart, or just double-clicking the element you want to format. Let's cover each and every option one by one. Let's click on plus sign and access more options like this. On the top, you can see which axis we are editing the formatting. Just look at the selection in our chart. First, let's cover axis. Click on this arrow, one more options. And let's start from the fill. So you can see this is selected. Do we want any fill? If I select something, you can see the background of the text fill, but we do not want this as it doesn't look nice in this case. So what line is talking about? It's talking about this line, which is now a solid line. We can also set its transparency width. If I increase the width of it, you can see the changes here. If I select gap type square, you can see the changes here. Round. And if we really wish to add arrows to our line, we can choose from these. We want it to begin with this or that. Let's keep it straight, or may end with some arrow. So we can select it from here. You can see this arrow here now. And we can also change its size. Generally, we don't keep this arrow in our charts, so we can switch to the straight line. It looks much better and professional. Now, coming to the next effects, that was fill and line. That's effect. What effect we really want to give to our axis? I generally don't format this because I would like to keep as is, but just to show you, see the changes in our chart. So I think it shouldn't have any shadow effect. Do we really wish to have certain colors on it? I think no. Or any transparency level, size, if we want any glow to be there, like this. It is just to emphasize on something really important. Let's go on the third tab, size and properties. Vertical alignment. This is the alignment of our text, or bottom centered. This is the text direction. When we have like a big text representing one data point, then we can use any of these text direction to have our chart precise and readable. So in this case, we would like to go with the horizontal view only. Fourth come axis options. Axis type is selected by default, determining the axis type that makes the most sense for your type of data. This is for where you want your vertical axis crossing your horizontal axis. So change through adding your category number, or you can place it at maximum category as well. So if I do it like I want my vertical axis to cross horizontal line on category number 1, so it is already placed here. But if I place it at number 3, then you can see now this line is crossing at category number 3. Now category number 3 starts from here. Or if we wish to have it on at maximum category, so now you can see it's placed at our maximum category, which is December. So let's keep it automatic, which is correct in our case. If I go on axis position, so where we actually want axis position to be, it is already between these tick marks. These are the tick marks. Or if we wish to have our axis positioning on the tick marks, so if we click on tick marks, you then can see that now our text labels are on these tick marks like Jan, Feb, May, July, and when it was between these tick marks, it was like this. So let's place it on tick mark. We can also have our categories in reverse order. If I click this, chart is reversed. Now it is starting from here till December. So we do not wish to have the data like this. Now comes the tick marks. Interval between marks 2. If I give interval between marks as 1, then you can see now we have tick marks for Feb, April, June, August as well. Before it wasn't like this. Jan, Feb, and then another tick marks came here. March, April, then another is there. But if I want to keep it 1, then I can do that. Now the interval between these tick marks is 1. Major type inside. Now I can see these tick marks on inside of our plot area. Let's keep outside, or we have one more option, crossing these lines. So we would like to keep it outside. Minor type inside. Minor is in between these major tick marks. Now labels option is to tweak vertical axis labels, like it is already placed automatically by the Excel, but if you want to specify certain changes like interval between these labels, so you can specify interval units, like if I want interval 3, enter. So now you can see April, Jan, Feb, March is not there, and we are directly on April. We are having interval unit of 3 in between them. We do not wish to see our labels having this much of interval, so we can go with automatic selection. Now distance from axis. We can also have distance between the labels and the axis line. Like it is already 100, and this time if I give it 500, then you can see the difference between the axis line and the labels, data labels, has increased. We can also place our label differently on our entire chart. High, low, or next to axis, or none. When we are selecting none, it is showing nothing to us. Next to axis, it is with the distance from axis 500. So we can have 100. Now the number option. As we have text labels on our horizontal axis, so number option doesn't go with it. So let's come on our vertical axis. Now you can just recheck it. Yes, it's vertical value axis. See, the fill and colline is similar. It is automatic line. I wish to see the line on it, so I am giving it a color. See the changes here. We have got our line, but to make it look similar with it, let's give a similar color, which is orange, and its width, I'll increase a width of it like this. Now it is looking similar. Next comes effects. I don't need any effects here. I'm skipping this part. Your text alignment is fine. And now next comes the axis options. You will see different axis options. So this is because it contains numbers. So this is automatic, which Excel feels perfect for our chart. But we might like to change our axis options like bounds, units. Why we would need this? Let's have a look on an example. What if my planned value for December sales increased by 5,000? Let's write 5,000 here. Now you can see our chart has changed its value axis. So to eradicate this thing, we can provide our custom bounds and units to it. Like if we are talking about bound, this is the bound. It starts from 0 and ends with 4,500. So let's say December plan can increase to 6,000. So I am giving 6,000 to it. And minimum unit, let's keep it 0 at this time. Units. Unit is the difference between the 0 and 1,000. This is the major unit. If I do not wish to keep it changing whenever I change my data, I can stick minor and major units as well. So I'm keeping it 500 and my major unit as well 500. So I can see the difference between the units as 500 in between every unit. We can also increase this interval. Now I'm keeping it as 1,000 because in previous case axis looked completely filled without any breathing space in between. So to give a breathing space, I have increased the intervals between unit. It is much cleaner now. Now if I change my December plan to 5,000, we can have changes on the same chart. This is what we wanted. Horizontal axis crosses. Same in the case when we worked on horizontal axis. So let's keep it automatic. Display units. So we can also provide units here if we are working on a huge Numbers, at this time I'm clicking none. A logarithmic scale is a non-linear scale used when there is a large range of quantities, which includes like to display earthquake strength, light intensity, etc. I'm skipping this for now. So here as well we have an option to give it a reverse order. So as said earlier, you can use this form of chart. It is completely as per your requirements. Now the tick marks, they are same as it was in the case of horizontal axis. Labels, again it's same, similar. Number, yes. Now we can change how we want to see our numbers. These values are actually revenue, right? Planned revenue and actual revenue. So if I want it to be in currency, then we can do this. Just clicking here, currency. Have selected currency from here, and decimal, if we do not wish to have any decimal, we can provide 0 on it. Or when I click link to source, I will get what is there on my data. So let's give it a currency. In this video, I have covered everything about Access. I'll explain rest of the chart elements in my next video. So stay tuned. Thank you for watching. Bye.